Hey, I remember last year that I signed up for the Monument Half Marathon Relay, which means I was on a team with two other people running the Monument Half Marathon, which is 13.1 miles. And what a relay looks like is in the midst of that 13.1 miles is I was going to run a portion of that 13.1 miles. And the portion that I was assigned by my two teammates was the first 5-ish miles of that 13.1 miles. So we started at the campground, that Robidoux campground over there by Five Rocks Amphitheater, and ran out to Five Rocks Road, up Old Oregon Trail Road, up the hill to the monument, to past the monument, and then down the hill on the other side to a road that cuts back around the monument. And that was my assignment in a way. That was sort of my identity. I had been given the identity of running the first 5 miles of the Monument Half Marathon. So in my mind, I had like how fast I was going to do that, what that time was going to look like, and all of those kinds of things. But the point is, my two teammates gave me that identity. So a lot of how we ended up in that half marathon, like where we scored, was sort of dependent on me. So that was a pretty important role, but it was no less important than the person who ran the middle part of that or the end part of that. But the point of all of this is I had been given an identity, which really set the tone, set the pace of that entire half marathon for our team. And I had to run my portion with purpose. I had to run my portion with intent. I had to get there. I wanted to be there by a certain time so that my other teammates could finish the race. And I had that role that was given to me. So this is Jude 1-4, the text that we talked about this week. This letter is from Jude, a slave of Jesus Christ and a brother of James. I'm writing to all who have been called by God the Father, who loves you and keeps you safe in the care of Jesus Christ. May God give you more and more mercy, peace, and love. So this is the sense of an identity. God has given us an identity. Dear friends, I've been eagerly planning to write to you about the salvation we all share, but now I find that I must write about something else, urging you to defend the faith that God has entrusted once for all time to his holy people. I say this because some ungodly people have wormed their way into your churches, saying that God's marvelous grace allows us to live immoral lives. The condemnation of such people was recorded long ago, for they've denied our only Master and Lord, Jesus Christ. We're going to be talking about this text all week long. And for today, I just want to remind you that you have been given an identity by God. You have been given a role by God. And what I would love for you to do is embrace that role. Frankly, when they told me what part of the race I was going to run, I wasn't really that excited about it. Initially, in our selection, I had the back part of the monument, the north side of the monument, which is pretty much all flat. I was pumped and excited about that. And then they gave me a new identity. They told me that I was going to run the first part, which much of that is uphill, which I was not crazy about. But I don't get to determine that. We decided that as a team. They gave me that identity, and I had to embrace that identity. And what I would encourage you to do is embrace the identity that God has given you. That you would see that it is for a purpose, for a reason. And as we talked about in Daniel, that purpose is to purify, cleanse, and refine you. So there's something in your identity that you may enjoy. There's something in your identity that you might not be crazy about. Nonetheless, it is God's identity for you. It is God's perfect identity for you, for a reason, for a purpose. And that purpose is to make you more like his son, Jesus. I'm looking forward to unpacking these verses with you this week. Love you, praying with you, praying for you. We'll talk to you again soon.